All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about how a ton of Model 3s have been dropped on Tesla.com. Maybe a fire sale. I guess we're going to take a look at, see if there's any good deals out there on it, but there are quite a ton. And I'll give you some tips, some tools that you can use to try and see which search for yourself, see which Model 3 will actually work for you. So, that's what we're gonna get to. Let's take a look at the fire sale of the used Tesla Model 3, and I guess we'll make the decision. Does it make sense to buy one of these right now, or should you just wait? Because there also are new ones that are available too, a ton. So we'll kind of take a look at both of those. So let's roll that intro real quick. All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla or selling your Tesla or even getting great financing rates. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. So let's take a look. So this was actually put on, I saw this on Twitter from Occupy Mars or at Tesla Winston. He basically posted that there's a ton of used Model 3s on Tesla website right now. It's interesting because, and he's exactly correct, but he says, quote, "It's interesting because if you look back a couple months ago, almost all the cars had full self-driving capacity, and now they switched to enhanced autopilot or just standard autopilot." So in the past, yeah, all of them had full self-driving. There were actually slick deals out there. Like, I think the best one was like a Model 3 Performance, like $42,000 with full self-driving. That was, of course, used. But now it's a bunch of, I guess, just regular vehicles. Most of them, I see it right here. So this is, I just put in like basically a California zip code, and you can see this is the cheapest one that's available, a 2019 Model 3 standard range for $35,000. And that seems okay. I feel like last go around, there's a couple of them for like $32,000, but this has decent miles, right? So 49,000 miles, but we're already at the next cusp of the next year. So it's already 2023 essentially. So there's a lot of Model 3s that are 2023 model year actually coming down and hitting the lot. So this is actually another further year, even older than that. So, but I mean, if you need like a cheap, I mean, because basically this is $10,000 less, but it's also maybe even, yeah, 3 years old at this point. So I'm not really sure that it's like a decent deal, but if you need like the cheapest one from Tesla and you trust that Tesla has like, a good warranty system or even a good reconditioning system because it's a used one. Well, I mean, here's another one, a 2020 with 50,000 miles for just a little bit extra. Of course, though this cheap one had an accident or it says previously repaired. So I don't know if I would touch that one if I absolutely need it. It looks like I would get this one right here with just only 50,000 miles and 1 year newer. So the one thing with looking at used Teslas on Tesla.com's website, it's kind of clunky. It really limits you to where you're at in terms of like only vehicles showing within your zip code. You can't really see it from like a national basis. So this is where I'm actually going to give you guys a quick tip on this. And so this is a really good site that I use to basically see all Teslas, both new and used, but more specifically used across the nation and also other countries too, if you're even interested in that. But I definitely don't look at that. But before we get into it, this video is actually sponsored by my Calendly link. There's a Calendly link down below in the description where you can actually schedule a call with me if you want to ask me any questions on buying a Tesla or selling a Tesla or even just where to get the best financing rate. It's a one-on-one 15 to 30-minute call, and you can schedule. And after you schedule it, you actually get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best deal and best rate on financing. And right now, there's 4 credit unions on that list, one of which has a financing rate of 2.74 for 65 months, which is absolutely insane. So if you're interested in that, definitely hit that out. But you don't even have to do that. Just being here, watching, hitting that like button and subscribing goes a long way. So thank you for that. But let me show you the site. So this is EVCPO Hunter, definitely one of the older sites in the game. And you can see right here on the left side, oh, let me move my screen out of the way. You can see on the left side, you can see some of the models that it actually shows. And you can actually go through other countries too and other nations if you're really interested in that. But I've already got it filtered down to Model 3, and there are 1,900 Model 3s available for sale, both used and new. And this is actually kind of interesting. Oh, sorry, this is across the world. So you can see right here, USA, 466 brand new ones. That's a little bit different than waiting for Tesla. So I guess maybe the count is off or something like that. But let's just go to used because there's 804 used Model 3s available from Tesla for sale, which is absolutely insane. So right here, you can see it's kind of like an old school format. It's a little bit grid, and so you can't necessarily see like pictures or anything like that, like the Tesla website, but you can click the link, and it'll also, of course, take you to the Tesla website. So let's see if we can sort it. I want to see what the cheapest. Whoa, interesting. So the cheapest Tesla for sale in the country from Tesla directly themselves is right here. A 2019 standard range. Ooh, got some, definitely some high mileage, but it is 31,300, which that's pretty cheap. It's got autopilot, comes with that. Of course, it doesn't have full self-driving, no accents. So I mean, this is, and it's in California, I guess Marina Del Rey, or no, I guess it wants to transfer to Marina Del Rey. Not exactly sure where this is, but interesting. Like this, I don't know if about like if this is the best deal, but it's definitely the cheapest one in the country, which is kind of interesting for that. And some other Model 3 news, and I don't know if this is going to affect the market or not, but the Caltrans Department of Transportation, the largest government, they just placed an order for 399. That's interesting. Why not just do 400? But 399 Tesla Model 3s that were actually ordered, and it's the largest known order from any US government department. So this is funny because this is going to make Teslas, I mean, the Tesla Model 3s are already so common in California. This is just going to further, especially like I've seen some of these drive around. They just have like a sticker on the side that says Caltrans. So this is like going to be a super common car because Hertz has them now. There's a ton of people that Turo them to make some money. And then now Caltrans, the Department of Transportation, is going to be driving around in these as well as probably work vehicles, I would imagine, right? Going from location to location. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. But like I've said it before, the Model 3 is not too special of a car anymore. It's everywhere in California. There's another article that like Tesla is pulling a lot of the conquesting a lot of the competition from Toyota and Honda, which is definitely a super eye-opening thing. But there's definitely a lot of Model 3s, and there's also a lot of Model 3s for sale. So if we were to compare it to the new side, here's the cheapest Model 3 that's brand new, never registered. Of course, it is a demo status, but $2,200 discount at $44,790. So if we were to compare the cheapest side on the used side versus the new side, I mean, you know, it's definitely not apples to apples and maybe apples to oranges, but you have a 3-year-old one or even 4-year-old one at this point with 92,000 miles for 31, or spend $14,000 more for a brand new one that's of course much newer with that. But I mean, at the same time, if you're waiting, hopefully you're patient with all this because there's a tax credit that's kind of looming. We don't know what's going to happen with the standard range, but let me know your thoughts because I keep polling everybody and thinking, what do you think is going to happen? It sounds like the standard range is not going to get the tax credit, but some people think it will. It sounds like the long ranges for both the Model 3 and the Model Y most likely will get, but not the full 7,500, maybe just the 3,750. But I want to know your thoughts on that and what you think is going to happen. But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.